Okay, so this is the game Humanity, and for people who have seen it and haven't really um, understood, or maybe they thought it looked like a kid's game or something like that. This right here it's a level that was made by somebody, and because there's a level creator. Now, the game itself, the campaign is really fun. Like it's all like different puzzles, and you're getting people from point A to point B. But you got to push around blocks, and you got to do things, and there's other ones where you pick up like knives, swords, and guns, and then you have to go against like enemies that are trying to go for the same thing and block them from go. I mean, but essentially it's a puzzle game, and this puzzle right here is it's a push block puzzle, but it's also um, it's a start button puzzle, which means most puzzles aren't a start button puzzles. A start button puzzle means that you have to set everything up beforehand, and you can't make any changes on the fly. And the only way you make changes in this game is running around with this dog, getting to a square, and making an arrow, right? Like if it's live, you're just doing it while the board's going on. So if they're walking, I can change their direction. But since this is the start, as soon as I hit start, I can't change any of these. So basically, like after looking at this board, there's these ledges where you fall down here, and there's four of them. So obviously, there's four blocks that that need to be put on there, and then it and when the blocks are put on, these get filled in. You could see by pressing triangle, and it tells you what each block actually does. So I know by putting a block like on the top, it's gonna that's gonna get filled in. So I'll be able to walk over that. And the line the little ones squares with the stripes on them, that means that the people walking will climb up it. They'll just walk straight until they have a direction, and no or and if there's no direction, they'll just walk off the board. Sometimes it's just a group of people lasting forever. Sometimes it's just a little group of people. But there's four doors with people, so there's someone four there. So obviously in this puzzle, you gotta get all four of these. You have to push them the right way so that they all end up on here. Then after they're done with that, you gotta get them up onto here, where now there's four of these, where you push this block. Your goal here is to get this guy to the goal here. And this guy doesn't move unless he's got somebody walking with him. So he's not going to move off the top of there until you actually like get him on the same level. And you can't climb up here, so you got to find a way to drop him, to drop the block one level, and then walk over the block so that he'll start walking with you. But each of these four groups has to push their block in the middle, then and then go and do their X side puzzle on the side here that actually finishes it. Now, this puzzle here, it's considered hard. It's not even expert, which to me is kind of insane how it's not expert. But after about, like 2 hours, maybe 2 hours, and try, like, I I believe that I have found a situation. Now it starts off with no arrows, so I put every one of these arrows down to tell all these people where to walk. And you got to make sure that, like, if I want this group to go to a certain spot, like, I can't have them run into another arrow, because an arrow from another person's, because then they're going to change their direction, and then once they hit the same arrow as another group, then they're going to end up on the same exact path as them, and I can't change it during the middle. So these are four completely separate, different paths here for these four groups. But that's the reason why this game is so cool, is because, like, I'm not like a huge fan of these start button puzzles, because I like the, I like changing on the fly. But I mean, when you have a puzzle like this, that's like, oh my god, how many, look at all the orders that I've had to put down in order to make this happen. I still haven't beaten it yet, but I'm close to. Yeah, I mean, I don't have to keep putting them down. Like, if I mess up, I can restart with all of them where I already have them. So right now, when you think you got them all in the right place, you go over to, you find the little button and hit activate. Then the guys are going to come out. So they're all coming out from all four corners at the same time. So if I did this right, then they all should end up, all four of these groups should end up on these four platforms at the top, pushing one of the golden purse people towards the end. But I did it in a way. See, that's the other cool thing, is that sometimes you find ways to do it that aren't. I actually found, like, the way I'm trying to do it is not even making these, not even making, like, opening up all of these, because there's one layer behind. So if I can get them across here, then I can. But I lost a couple there, but I still have enough. I think you need at least like 10 to push the block. So I got 2 working towards their goals. This one, I had to make them walk for a long time because it was the second block that they pushed. So I had to do it for a long time. That's why I have them walking so far, because I needed them to walk, because they're not going to stop and then start going again when I tell them. They're going to keep walking until. So this one here is likely going to be doing this path here, while this one group is just steadily pushing all the blocks on. That's basically their main goal. Now this. So I'm not even using this one here, because I figured I found a way where I'll just have them walk across here. Now you can see some of the bricks are starting to be pushed. But you still got to get the goalie off the brick. You got to. So But the way to do that is you have to get that into this. There's this hole right here. You can't push the bricks over the grass. So once you push it in the hole there you go. And then he's going to walk with you. Then you just got to walk to the end. So that one, they're set up to go to the end there. These ones should be set up to go to the end. Oh, that one already finished. There should be one more. Yep, they all got there. So they all took 4 completely separate paths. None of them went on the same block, the same block that had an order on it. They might have crossed on paths that didn't have orders on them, but since if 2 of those groups would have went on the same block with the order, then they would have followed the same path and not ending up in 4 completely different spots. So that's one of the. I mean, I've been playing this game for a while now, but this stage here, I just saw it for the first time today. One of the greatest things about this game is that a person came up with this level, and besides it being like pretty simple to understand what you need to do, putting down all the orders is just insane to try and do, right? So, I mean, like, this was a really fun, hard puzzle to do. And yeah, so, and then you get your rank, how many you do. Now and then one cool thing is that you can rate the stage, right? I'm going to rate it and add it because it was really good. So I'm going to add it to my favorites. That way I can go in and look at the puzzle, look at who created the puzzle. Like if I go into my favorites, like I haven't created very many because I'm not that great. So this was called 4x4x4. I think it was called 4x4x4. Wait. Yeah, 4x4x4. Oh, it was expert. So, yeah, I'm going to take a look at it. The person who made his name is Old Man Gamer 312. And then it tells you, you can search for ones that you like, by keyword search. This one just looked cool, but this one, a puzzle turn, Goldie, pushable block, start switch. It's an expert one. The clear rate is 8.28, which means it says that out of 145 people that have tried this, level, 12 out of the 145 have finished it. Now, I don't get every expert one, but a lot of them, it's just too much work. They're like, I can tell how to do it, but I just don't have the time. This one I thought I could do. This one I think if I redid it, I could do it a lot more efficiently. But I didn't, because of the fact that I had it set up like, and I was so close to doing it my way, where one group does all the pushing, and the other three like stall until they can get over their gaps. I wanted to do it that way because I came up with that. But 4 people favorited this. But now, because that was a really cool puzzle, this guy, Old Man Gamer 312, I can click on him and then search for shared stages, which will show me that all the stages that he's made. And it's kind of crazy if he's only made 4, unless let's see, if he's only made 4 and that's one of them, like wow. I mean, that seems like unless he just got rid of a bunch of them and just wants to keep the. Now I think some of them are made by AI, but I'm not sure. But like because I really like that one, I'm probably gonna I'll probably favorite, or because I favorited that one. I I wish I could just put it on a list instead of favoriting it. This one, 5 out of 26 people beat. This one, oof, oh my gosh, 13 out of 191. Laser Bowl, two people. So he made a puzzle, an expert puzzle, where 2 people completed it. Now those are the ones. It's another start switch one, so it's probably like insane. All the orders you got to put down. I like. Okay, this one's not a start switch one. So this one you can add orders and stuff in the middle. This also battle, meaning that there's going to be like enemy people that they're either obstacles or they're going to try and get in your way. It's also follow. Follow is cool because it's when like your dog barks, and then you can basically pull around a bunch of people, and they'll follow you wherever you go. So it's a little quicker, and then it's a platformer, obviously. But yeah, I mean, this is just showing off this humanity game, and I mean, this is just the like you can if you want the store, like the types that you like, and this is just the like the creator part of it. I mean, like there's this is where you create the stage. This is where you play the created stage, and story mode. This is actually like the campaign, which is really cool because it's kind of like there's a lot of puzzles in the campaign, but like you each one of these is a new one. So it teaches you like a new mechanic. So when I started it, this was just basically teaching you A to B, how to pushing blocks. um, Fate, I think that was the start button one, because Fate like predetermined. This is when other people start coming in. You're the others. This is when you battle the others. This is when some people have to do one thing and other people have to do other things. But it's this is, you have to work with the others, and then there actually is like a boss and stuff. Like, but the thing is, like, a lot of like the people. I mean, it's so cool. Like, but all these are all the goldies that I saved during the game. I could probably go back and try and get more, but yeah. I mean, if you pick up a gun, then your person's always gonna. Anytime it's in the range of an enemy, it's gonna shoot them. But sometimes they have guns, but it's a really great game.